Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. We're finally here, facing Alexander head on. Either we win or it destroys the world. In a scene of endless time, we either defeat the Illuminati or we... is he okay? I think so, but he's just standing there, timidly. And he's got this yellow tinge to him now. I wonder if we should call someone. Get exterminated. Oh, he's okay. The final battle is upon us. Time to learn about the soul of the creator. Simplified. This fight has an enrage. You will have approximately 12 minutes and 12 seconds to defeat Alexander or else it will wipe the party. Duty Finder will have an almost 0% chance of seeing this today. Divine Spear is a conal AoE tank buster, so don't stand with a tank. Mega Holy is a room-wide AoE. Punishing Heat is a casting tank buster. If you stand with a tank, all that will remain of you will be a charred pair of boots. Sacrament will throw out straight line AoEs from Alexander's position from wherever it's facing. The AoEs will be the width of the electrical triangles on the front, back and sides of Alexander. You will just need to get to an open area in between where these AoEs will go and you'll be okay. Underneath Alexander is not a safe zone. If you get hit with this, it is a vuln stack and a damage down per AoE you are hit by. Blazing Scourge will target random players with this red orb in a circle above players' heads and the debuff Prey. This is a hard-hitting small AoE. Don't overlap these as getting hit by 2 of them can easily kill you. 1 minute into the fight, Alexander will disappear. 6 adds, 3 on each side, will spawn in. Group them up and nuke them down. Then 2 larger adds will spawn in. Tanks take these and nuke these ones down. Then 4 more adds will spawn in a square. They will cast Almost Holy and give out room-wide AoEs. They can also get stacks of damage up and continue casting room-wide AoEs if left alive for too long. If any adds are left alive when Alexander goes for his ultimate, it is an instant enrage. Big Alexander will rise up from the outside of the arena and say in the chat and on screen, executing Judgment Protocol in 10 seconds. One of the tanks will need to be ready for what comes next. Alexander will then start counting down from 5. Around 3 to 4 seconds remaining, a tank will be required to use the tank LB3. If you do not use this tank limit break, you will immediately wipe and start again. If you have done this correctly, everyone will survive and Alexander will return to the arena. It will cast Chronofoil, grow wings, and begin phase 2. Alexander will then cast Temporal Stasis. It will mark 1 person with a stack marker and the debuff Shared Sentence, and 3 others with these green icons above their head with the debuff Aggravated Assault. The players with the green icons will need to spread out as the rest of the group stacks up. When the cast finishes, time will stop and everyone will be frozen in place for a few seconds. The players with the stack marker will be hit first and given a magical Vulner. Then the players with the green icons will be hit with a single target attack. If a player with the green icon was in the middle of the stack marker first, the damage will be enough with the Vulner to instantly delete them. Alexander will then teleport to a random point around the edge of the arena and cast Sacrament. At this time, you'll come out of the stoppage of time and you'll be able to avoid the straight line AoEs. The tank busters, room-wide AoEs, and temporal stasis will repeat. Alexander will then teleport to the middle of the arena and cast Time Gate. 4 robots will spawn on Alexander's intercardinal points and move into shadow portal orbs on the outside of the arena. If you are a DPS, you will need to go into one of these portals and fight the robot on the other side. All robots will need to be defeated before the bar in the duty list labeled Temporal Reconfiguration fills up. Once you defeat your robot, you can transfer between the platforms and help your fellow party members fight their robot. Once all the robots have been defeated, the DPS will be teleported back into the arena. While all of this is going on, the tanks and healers will just deal with room-wide AoEs, tank busters, Blazing Scourge, and Sacrament while the DPS are in the portals. Alexander will also cast Gravitational Anomaly. This will put many medium-sized red and black AoEs on the ground. There are a few safe spots around the arena and you will have plenty of time to get into one. Getting hit by any of the AoEs will result in a vuln stack and a damage down. Players can also be marked with Blazing Scourge, so make sure you don't stack these while you're in a safe zone. Temporal Stasis will repeat, but this time it will also have Gravitational Anomaly with Sacrament after it finishes. Just dodge the AoEs as best you can. There can also be another simple stack marker called Incinerating Heat. Alexander will then cast Summon Alexander and Big Alexander will join the fight. Big Alexander will tether 4 players with these beams of red light. These players will have small lingering AoE puddles formed where they are standing. 4 of them will be created, so you'll need to keep moving in order to dodge your own AoE puddles, and if anyone runs into these puddles, it will create an discernible bleeding debuff stack. The best way to solve this is to have all the tethered players move away from the rest of the party and drop the puddles around the outside of the arena or in a small cluster while avoiding everyone else's bleeding AoEs. While this is happening, Temporal Stasis will happen again. Then after that finishes and Alexander performs Sacrament, the other 4 players will now get the red tether and the bleeding AoEs placed at their feet. From here, mechanics will repeat until Alexander has been defeated. Congratulations, you have beaten Alexander 12, and with that, the raid series of Alexander. My name is A Scrub. Thank you for watching.